Welcome, everybody, to the 8:05 post show. What a day for the round of 64. Huntington Beach came to life. Great surf and two solid competitors chatting about their last heat, and they're proud of each other. Siick taking the win. Kolohe moving on in second to another day of competition at the Lexus US Open of Surfing, presented by Pacifico. Joe Turpel alongside Mitchell Salazar and the Waxhead. Mitch is going to call him Matty. I'm going to call him the Waxhead. What a legend. Matty or the Waxhead? Hi. The waves were fun today. You did some great condition reports. The current was out there as well, but definitely the best day of surfing we've had this week.
Absolutely. Adaption was the first word that comes to mind. We've had double the size in the swell throughout the day, a massive tide change, and most importantly, the sand. Move formations. Nearly no right-handers, but the ones that did come through proved excellent.
Kind of a tough day for the USA. 13 contenders in the round of 64, and we lost 8 of them through this round of competition, Mitch.
Yeah, and especially Nolan Raposa, too. He was kind of the hopeful at this event right here, Joe, looking for his first U.S. Open victory. Goes down in this round, especially after finishing runner-up in Bolito. Not really the result he was looking for, but he still has Ericeira and then Saquarema after that.
Let's catch up with former top 5 in the world, winner of the last heat, Morgan Siick, is with Rosie Hodge.
Such an impressive heat for you, Morgan. Talk to me about going from first to first in such a short amount of time. Give us a recap of that heat.
Yeah, that was one of the most stressful heats of my life. Probably second to here a few years ago when it was the exact same conditions, and I lost first round, so it's good to get through. And yeah, I don't know, it's so tricky out there. The current's so strong you can barely paddle against it, and yeah, I don't know, I just pulled that one out of the hat, I guess, and yeah, I'm stoked to make it.
You came 9th in Bolito. You went 24 spots up the rankings. You got through this round now. What's it going to take to turn your year around?
Hopefully a big result here. Yeah, hopefully keep going through this event. I'm feeling good and confident, and it's always good to get through a heat like that. On paper, I was kind of tripping, and I was so nervous paddling out for that heat because you got Kanoa, Kolohe, and Charlie, and I know 2 of those guys have been on tour forever, so I was, yeah, I don't know, I was just stoked to get through.
And the advantages of traveling as a pack, noticing that the Aussies have really stuck together, you down here supporting each other. Oh,
it's so epic. We got such a good group of boys pretty much every year, and this year in particular, and yeah, it's been good vibes. Yeah, I know, I felt like I've changed my mindset a lot this year, and at this event we've just been trying to treat it a bit more like a holiday and having fun instead of being all serious and grinding it out down on the beach all day. And yeah, just getting out and exploring kind of LA, and yeah, just having fun while we're doing it. So I feel like that mindset's really helped a lot of the boys, and yeah, you never know what can happen in these events, so you got to make the most of these trips.
And lastly, saw you and Kolohe having a chat during the heat. What were you guys talking about?
I don't know, it's just chatting about how hard the heat was and how hard the conditions were, and yeah, I'll just go and give us a wave because I want to make it more than you, bro.
Morgan, thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Epic, Rosie. Love that. Morgan Siick is just a character. You know, we got to really get to know him in his rookie year when he finished 5th in the world, but he's been going through the ups and downs of pro surfing and big results off the tour, now crawling his way back. Good start here, Waxhead.
Yeah, and that board he's got was really interesting. I could see the volume forward up there too. Look forward to having a look at that tomorrow. But that was a huge scalp. I mean, up against CT competitors, you know, he wants to be at that top level. He's been there before. And just to prove to yourself that you can do it, that one will really, he'll remember that one for a long time.
Yeah, and the way he won that heat, you know, getting back in with the air reverse and then also doing a couple of big backside turns. He was getting left behind at the start, so he's got to be proud of himself, Mitch.
Yeah, and the main thing is confidence, Joe. You know, you use that throughout the entirety of an event. It's obviously favorable for you, but as he said, a big result right here. That way you're not going in Portugal and Brazil needing a big result over there. So at least if you move into the top 10 right here, you have a little wiggle room afterwards.
That's right, Mitch. Well, we did have some strong energy from the Brazilian Storm this morning. Round of 64, Heat 3, Raphael Teixeira moving on with Edgar Groia, Waxhead.
Yeah, the Brazilian Storm really coming to show here in the Challenger Series, and these guys were just attacking it. They were leaving absolutely no stone unturned. Lefts rights, keeping really busy, and I think they just woke up with it on the right side of the bed.
That's right. This is where we lost 2 guys from the USA, Levi Slauson and also Owen Moss.
Yeah, and I thought Rafa surfed a perfect heat, nearly 15 points, Joe, and his technique is exceptional, really, when it comes to the backhand bottom turns. Great fight by Levi, though. He was in second for a good portion of the heat, and then this wave right here, the buzzer beater by Groia, got him to score, especially with the slob right there at the end. It was undeniable, and he did just enough to move up into second place.
That was a cool claim. He's like, look, I grabbed slob, that rail right there, showing the judges that was technical, got rewarded for it. Tetta and Groia moving on. Slauson, Moss resetting for the next event in Sarah. Round of 64 continued to pulse because the waves got even better as well, and we saw more fireworks. Round of 64, heat number 4 from a great crew. Riaru Ito went absolutely hammer town, getting an 8-point ride, and some friendly fire, you'd think, with 2 best friends fighting for a launch. Chianca eliminating his good friend Sammy Pupo.
Yeah, and Ito actually got his first and only excellent score so far on the Challenger Series in this heat. As you mentioned, the former runner-up, Chianca, he looked great. Samuel was in, second place the vast majority of the heat, though, Joe. So for him to drop down in the last few minutes, it was a heartbreak, Matty.
Yeah, and Maxi put up a valiant battle, but just those, Ito, it was just, I saw him go through the regional qualifying series, and you know a lot of these Japanese surfers attack sharp when it comes to beach breaks like this, but to do it against this caliber of surfers, we talk about confidence, and that is a key ingredient here at Huntington.
Well done for these athletes, but a tough one for Challenger Series ranked number 2, Sammy Pupo. Missing the finish, big brother can't believe it. Samuel had a chance to potentially clinch if he went to the final. We'll have to keep that on ice until the next event of the season to update the scenarios. And Chianca getting past his good friend and Husano, and Ito was so happy to get his first score in the 8 to 10 point range of his career on the Challenger Series. Expecting great things from him with the swell increasing into tomorrow's action as well, as that leads us to a fun part of the 805 post show. You always wonder who's it going to be to celebrate. The Nissan Cup Noodles wave of the day, Marco Mignot to the sky. One of my favorite airs I've seen in a long time, Mitch.
Yeah, and we had the chance to call this heat, Joe, and not only was it an exceptional air, it was very high in terms of the altitude as well. Look at the hang time he gets off of this thing right here. That ramp, Matty, just delightful things to see out here in HB.
Yeah, really one of the few rights today that offered anything like that, and it was lofty, and it was his best wave that he's ever had in a Challenger Series, and the highest heat total that he's ever lodged as well. And what a way to do it. That was a stacked heat.
That air was for France, it was for Mexico, it was for the world.
It's for Mignot as well.
We deserved that. That was massive. I wouldn't have been mad if that was a 10. I just loved how much he pushed it. Congratulations, Marco Mignot. Let's see more of that as the swell continues to increase. I think tomorrow we're going to see some big size. Surfline giving us the forecast, saying that Friday is the biggest day of the waiting period.
Yeah.
Mitch, what are you seeing there?
Well, I think the increase in size, and one thing I think adaptability, as Matt's been saying all day long, is going to be another crucial aspect of this too, because with that south-southeast energy, guys, we're going to be seeing a lot more of that sweeping real south swell from south all the way to north, especially when it comes to the pier bowl. There's more sand stacked over there right now. We did see the right come into play later on in the afternoon. It's really going to be the size in the morning, Joe, that's going to be standing out.
I like all the days. Even, tomorrow 5 to 7 feet. And even when you look at finals day, 2 to 4, that angle and the wind direction, that's really fun, Huntington Beach.
Absolutely. And I mean, the surfers, they really don't expect too much when you come to Huntington. Everybody who lives here, it is Surf City, but it is a beach break, and it doesn't change that much. So it is exciting for the viewers. It's also exciting for the surfers and all the fans when we do get a changing conditions like we have here, because it's not often that happens.
That's right. Well, we had a really fun way to break down the top 5 of the day. Let's see who ends up at number 5 on the list. Congratulations, making the top 5 moments on the 805 post show. Edgar Groia from Brazil, doing a great job with a big rotator.
Yeah, and this slob was not only impressive. I think the fact that he was able to, really surf under pressure was even the best part about it. Mentioning right there the slob grab, he was able to get it in the dying seconds, Joe.
Number 4 on the list, a familiar face, Jadson Andre Waxhead.
Yeah, I mean, he'd been super keen as usual, hanging around the contest side, everyone's favourite. But he was really just plucked that one out of nowhere, and he couldn't. It was almost like, wow, I landed it. What are we going to score that? And it was enough to get into the victory.
Number 3 on the list, the champion from Snapper, Mikey McDonagh is back.
Yeah, and you know, his efficiency today was noticeable. I thought his wave selection was on point, and it was super honest during his post-heat interview too. It's hard not to feel the pressure when you're in a position of success so far, Joe, and he's looking good to make it into the later rounds.
This guy was feeling the momentum. Mateus Herdy, a couple of big 8-point rides, Wax said.
Yeah, confidence. I mean, he was throwing away 7s and 6s as well. So not only you know, the highest heat total and the highest not single wave score, but he could have actually got through this heat with his backup scores.
So impressed once he gets on her own, throws down something big. He just wants to keep on going. His support crew's going, okay, settle down, settle down. You've got it, but he's a showman. This is what he loves to do. But winning the show, number 1, Marco Mino did the 9.67 that we saw earlier, but it was the whole package, 18.24 combined total.
Yeah, an 8.57 on that wave right there set him up for this one, the highest single wave score of the event, one of the loftiest we've ever seen in competition, and the best heat he's ever surfed in his life, Joe.
Well done for Marco Mignot, putting together a solid performance here on the south side of Huntington Pier. Tomorrow, waves should be a bit bigger, and now we're going to get the women back in the water as well.
Yeah, big day tomorrow. Nadia Ito Starbury, she's number 6 right now. She needs a big result right here to position herself really in the top 2. I expect big things from her. I think Bella Kenworthy's going to have another awesome day tomorrow,
wow,
too, Joe.
Bella Kenworthy, a big win this season. All eyes on her, representing Southern California.
You don't think Sally Fitz will be fired up after her induction into the Walk of Fame across there today? She was with some of surfing's greats, literally, and to be, you know, literally on the pavement over there, it's going to mean a lot to her, and she'll be Huntington means a lot to her already, and I feel like she's going to be fired up.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Fun part about this event, it's on tomorrow. We can just call it. It's ready. Let's plan for another massive day for the round of 32, kicking off at 7:30 in the morning. We're going to send you the highlights with a beautiful song called Red Somber by Strange Case. Enjoy it. We'll see you bright and early. You've been on my mind like Superfly. Play it one more time. Out of line and I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I know it's gotta end, but I guess I don't mind. And I don't really care at all. And if you wanna kick it, you know who